they are people who become disappointed with left-wing utopian politics such as Marxism and communism, and they're seeking another utopian crusade, and it doesn't really matter to them if it makes absolutely no difference in the real world. And the way they talk about human rights is the same way that a rabbi will give a sermon in an Orthodox synagogue, where you just take it for granted that people are going to accept that the Torah came from God. And so when you say the Torah says, right, even if you're referring to some pronouncement of a rabbi 400 or 800 or 1200 years ago, or the 5 books of the Pentateuch, right, it's still attributable to God. And because this is the setting, right? You get up and you give a sermon in an Orthodox synagogue, and there's a particular pious setting where you attribute things to Torah and to God, and you talk about the great rabbis of the past and the brave parishioners of the past, the ordinary Jews who stood up for Torah, and there's just a certain piety, and there's a certain inspiration level, and so we all need to do better and work together and do one more mitzvah so that we can bring them a Mashiach and hasten the ultimate redemption. But you see that same piety in the world of international humanitarian law and human rights, which is weird because these fields are so brand new. They have no real world power aside from the possibility of self-aggrandizement. And they are so profoundly shaped by contingency, by culture, by whatever narratives are going on at the time, that you would think that if they wanted to take their cause seriously, that they would be very careful in their pronouncements, because a single overstatement has the power to ruin for the reader or the listener any possible credibility. But the international humanitarian lawyers and the human rights lawyers aren't really interested in making converts among those who think critically.